Well, hello internets, here we are. We have ourselves a little bit of a vlog ahead of us. Just something that I thought I would share, and I guess it is what it is. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, after a couple months of, chaos and confusion, starting to get back to my normal routine, I have started to paint again. I believe I started kind of earlier on, before all this had happened. However, with everything going on, it kind of my creativeness got shelved. Started to pick up the paintbrush again and made a couple more paintings that will look great hanging on my wall for the upcoming years. It's kind of interesting how in our lives we have things that come into our lives that sometimes are a good thing and sometimes are not good. Sometimes they benefit our lives, they benefit us, they benefit the people in our lives that we care about. And other times they come into our lives to cause chaos and confusion, and sometimes hurt us or the people in our lives that we care about. I'm not 100% sure why those things have to happen in our lives, but they do. I've seen it happen to my life, and I've seen it happen several times to other people's lives, and sometimes, of course, it's their own choices, their own doing that attract these people, and sometimes it's like you're a magnet for these weirdos to come into your life and mess things up. Whether you're too honest, too caring, too giving, too naive, to whatever you want to be, and sometimes you want to believe that the world is good and everybody in the world is good and everybody there can't possibly be have ill intentions, but at the same time there are people in this world that are just here to cause trouble. There are people in this world that are just here to cause chaos and confusion. There are people in this world that make their living or live their life by seeing what they can get from others. You know, they spend their whole lives not working per se and doing this hobby or pastime or sick twisted whatever's just to see what they can get from other people. I don't know if these people don't have a conscience and they can't see what they're doing, or if they thrive on the challenge of chaos and confusion, if they thrive on the hunt, the thrill of the chase, the hunt, being spoiled and pampered by this guy this month, and then next month moving on to another target and seeing what you can get from them. There has to be, in extreme cases, there has to be some kind of recourse that you can do to teach these people a lesson, because in the extreme cases, of course, I'm not talking about somebody that cut in line at the local coffee shop, or somebody that you were in a relationship with for 14 years that brought dishonor to your family and yourself. I'm talking about those that mess with somebody and weasel in and steal inheritance from somebody in the last 2 years of their life or something like that. Like those extreme cases. There has to be something that can be done to teach these people a lesson. It's so nice to not have to go outside. You know, it can be really, really cold. It can be blizzarding, minus 46 Celsius kind of a thing. And if you don't have a doctor's appointment or a bank appointment or groceries to get, then you don't have to go outside at all, period, that day. Other than, of course, to walk the dog, which only takes a few minutes. But you don't have to drive through a blizzard in extreme cold that nobody really should be out to fight in traffic to get to take somebody out to an acreage 30 kilometers one way for them to feed their horse or something. You do things for friends, you do things for family, you do things to be nice to people, but sometimes certain people take advantage of those things. My little apartment can both be a blessing and both be some of the greatest causes of my stress, but at the same time, this is my bubble, you know. This is my sanctuary, this is my safe area that I can be here. I can be alone, I can have space away from everybody and everything. I had my life, you know, almost all figured out, back into a routine. I had my videos going, my paintings going, I had my meal preparations going, you know, I had my family time going, and then, you know, me thinking I need to have someone in my life to complete my life just brought chaos and confusion. And I'm not sure if the whole dating world is like that, or if my area that I live in, the mud puddle, is a really, really shallow, and all the good women are either married, taken, hidden away somewhere, and all that's left are the scammers, the sharks, and those that are just in it for a good time and are not really worried about tomorrow. Like I mentioned before, you know, sometimes we try in our lives to have a little bit of happiness. Sometimes we try in our lives to complete what we think is missing. But really, at the same time, there's nothing really missing. Our lives are the way they are because our lives need to be this way. Our lives are the way they are because they are the way they are. And at the same time, you know, once you reach a certain age in your life, do you really need to be out there actively pursuing or auditioning for the role of a boyfriend or a future husband or whatever these people are looking for out there? Do you really need to pretend to be somebody you're not to make somebody else happy? Do you really need to allow outside influences into your life that may or may not have good intentions? You know, once a person accepts the fact that maybe they're just better off alone, and to quit tormenting or torturing themselves every 6 months to a year by putting themselves back out there and finding the same kind of people over and over again. And I've often thought that, like I mentioned, my area, my mud puddle is too shallow, and I often thought that I either need to expand my search to like 3 hours away from home, or quite possibility move to a different area that has more than 30,000 people. Because obviously searching an area, a town of 30,000 people, or maybe an area of 100,000 people, is not working out as I've experienced the last few years. Like I said, there sometimes the chaos and confusion that comes along with everything is just plain not worth it. Experiencing all of this over and over again, the same type of chaos, the same type of confusion, and expecting a different result and not getting that different result is not worth the headache and hassle. You know, I mentioned there that I thought finding somebody would complete me, finding somebody to share my last, whatever it would be, a bit of my life with would be what my life needs, but at the same time, you know, maybe it's better to keep your circle extremely small. You know, pack the trailer, pack up the truck, grab your dog and hit the road and have a nice summer without all the whining and complaining and all that another person can bring, especially if they're not into the same interests or lifestyle as you are. That can really ruin a camping trip or ruin a road trip if, well, they don't want to be part of the team. But little bit of a thought, little bit of an idea that I thought that I would put out there and share. It is what it is, and around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.